Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. I got some goodies here from Modelones to play with today. I've got this adorable little flash cure lamp. I've got a base coat and top coat, and I've got two color cubes, including one newer style that I'm going to show you today that is going to make a really pretty and chic kind of pearly shell effect look. So I'm going to play with those, and then there may or may not be a giveaway included later in this video. So if all of that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around, we're getting into it. All right, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. So Modelones did send these products to me. However, I do have an original video on the color cubes that I did actually purchase those products myself. So if you haven't seen that one already, I will link it for you in the cards. But whether I purchase something or it's sent to me in PR, I always give you guys my full and honest opinion, so you can expect no different today. Now, if you're interested in hearing more about the giveaway, I'll have those details for you here in a little bit, but just to let you know, nobody is sponsoring this giveaway. The prizes are purchased out of pocket by myself. So, all right, with that out of the way, let's take a look at what we got. By the way, if you're wondering what is happening on my hands, I did replace my coffin tips with a medium stiletto. These are from Painted Desert. I'm going to be trying these out, and I'm going to warn you in advance, you're going to see me kind of flip-flop a little bit. I have some other product reviews coming up, so you're going to see me go from stiletto to coffin back to stiletto. I actually want to try these out for a little bit this time, leave them on for a little bit, but like I said, I do have a product review that's going to get sandwiched in the middle of that, so you're going to get a little bit of whiplash with the shape change. But so far, I'm really liking the length and shape of these. I'm curious to see how I feel about them after I wear them for a few weeks, but so far, first impressions are good. I'm definitely excited to see how the polish looks over the top of these. Alright, so the first item I have here is a pack with their base coat and top coat in it. Now, I have tried this formula before, but the component was different. That was in those lipstick gels, which I can link that video for you in the cards if you haven't seen those. But I'm curious to try this out in its standard packaging because these bottles and the brushes are a little bit different, so I'm curious to see what I think of them. I'm going to tell you right now as I'm doing this voiceover, I have some very strong feelings about these, so make sure you stick around for that. But you're going to have on the left the base coat and on the right the top coat, and these are 10 milliliters, and they have the different caps to kind of distinguish between the two, so that's nice. The next item they sent me is this adorable little flash cure lamp. This is called the Meow Lamp, which you can see it does once you kind of dress it up with some drawing aspects. It's got that little cat-like appearance. So this is actually a really nice little flash cure lamp. Let me open it up and show it to you. What I think is really impressive about this is this little flash cure lamp is actually 8 watts, which is pretty good. Usually they're only about 3 or 4 watts, so that's actually a little bit more powerful than your standard flash cure lamp. Now, you can fully cure polish with these, but they will take a lot longer. I tend to save these more for flash curing. That's when you just, cure something for 5 to 15 seconds just to kind of hold it in place. But you can see this is actually pretty roomy, and it's got the lights on top and then the little power button which you can press to turn it on. Now, this is not wireless, it is wired, so I did use it to flash cure, but you won't be able to see it because of my setup. The cord is actually too short for it to reach on screen. But I'm going to tell you right now, since you're not going to get to see it on camera, it actually is a very nice little flash cure lamp, and I will definitely use this again. I do think I would still want to have a full-size lamp for fully curing, but this would be really great to take traveling. You just have to keep in mind that you're going to have to cure it a little bit longer than you would a full-size lamp to get everything fully cured. But what a great travel lamp, and like I said, it's really nice that it's a little bit stronger in power than some of the other flash cure lamps I've seen. And then I've got the 2 color cubes. So one of these was an existing style in their line, and the other one I know is newer. I don't know how new it is, but I know it's newer because I have bought a bunch of these off Amazon myself, and this is the first time I had seen this one. So I know it's newer, and I'm really excited to try that one, so I'll show that one here to you first. So one of the things I really love about these color cubes is that every package includes one of these brushes. So this is already compact, and it opens up into 2 pieces, and then you can put it together on the other end, and that's what makes the nice long gel brush. And the tip on this is that filbert shape, so it's really pretty similar to your standard kind of polish brush or gel brush, so it's really easy to get a nice clean cuticle line with this. And honestly, I think they're pretty good quality considering how little you're paying for this package to begin with. To be able to get a brush that's actually pretty nice and definitely usable, I think is a nice bonus. So I love that you get one of these included in every single one of the color cubes. And then of course you also get your color cube, which all of them have this outer packaging, and then on the back you'll see the specific colorway and the name and just the cubes that are representing the actual colors that are on the inside. And you gotta love the holographic top to this, right? And then you also get some really thorough instructions in here. I think this is a really nice little package they put together. So you actually have prep instructions, you have removal instructions, you have some photos of some of their other colorways, and then on the other side you have some really thorough, detailed photographic instructions as to how to use these color cubes, which I think is really nice. So I think it's such a comprehensive little package considering all you're getting for a pretty inexpensive price, I would say. So this particular colorway is the newer one, and it is called Fairy Tale, and it's got some gorgeous pearly polishes that can either be used as like a pearl shimmer or as a thread effect, which I'm going to show you here a little later. So I'm really excited to play with this one. Okay, so here is the second one, and this one I haven't taken the inner packaging off yet because I wanted to show you that they do all come shipped to you with this cover on them, which I think is really nice. So it's actually a sticker you can just peel off, but it just kind of protects the polishes while they're in transit, so I think that is a really nice detail. So though I am not going to use this one, I am going to swatch some of these for you today, and actually this one is kind of the reason why we're having a giveaway. The last time Amazon was having a pretty big sale on these, I snatched a whole bunch of them up, and I think I kind of lost track of the ones that I bought, and I didn't realize I had already purchased this one. So I think it actually works out perfectly because I'm going to end up swatching and showing you the one that Model 1 sent me, but I still have a beautifully packaged one that hasn't been opened in the exact same colorway. So I'm actually going to be including that in today's giveaways. So I'm going to open up the one I'm going to be using so you can take a look at it. By the way, this one is called, I think it's Refreshing Grapefruit, that's right, and it's a beautiful tonal palette of all these pretty kind of nudie pinks, mauvey pinks, just really pretty color palette. So this is the one I'm going to be swatching from, but I do have an unopened one that I will be including in the giveaway. So my stupidity is your gain, so that will be included in the giveaway along with a couple little other things that I'm going to add in, so stay tuned for more details on that. So here is a close-up look at both palettes. On the left we have the Refreshing Grapefruit, and on the right is Fairy Tale, and you can see right away the formula difference. The left is going to be your solid cream colors, and the right is more shimmery pearly colors. They have a ton of color cubes, guys. I'm talking like a ton of different colors. There's some neons, there's some pastels, there's tons that include glitter as well. And I've tried quite a few of these, and I bought quite a few of these myself, and that should tell you how much I like them. I really think they're perfect for travel. I love that they're easy to store, they're small, you get a bunch of different color options in one little palette, and for the price I really just don't think you can beat these. So I'm going to show you the way that I apply them to make them look pretty here in a bit. So I just wanted to show you here, I went ahead and popped these two gels here in my little liquid layers holder. Now you're not going to really see these much on camera, but I just wanted you to know that I'm putting them in my holder and we're going to use these today. So I kind of just wanted to start by showing you a few swatches. Now I don't want to be wasteful here, so I'm not going to swatch everything because I think that would be a bit wasteful, but I'm going to show you a couple of swatches, a couple of these items, and what you'll see me doing here is I'm putting a little bit of their base coat here on this palette, because I have found that the best way to apply these to get a nice smooth and streak-free finish is to gently dampen the brush with a little bit of gel base coat. It just kind of helps make it smooth and not streaky. I don't know that they include that in their instructions. At least they didn't the first time I tried these. I don't know if they've changed that or not, but it really does help to have a little bit of dampness from the gel base coat on there while you're picking up the solid gel. It just makes it apply a little bit more evenly and without streaks. So I think that's a really good tip, and no matter what brand you're using, if you're using solid cream gels, I really think that's the way to get a nice smooth finish. So all I've done here is I just scooped up a little bit of that center color there that I'm going to use as kind of a silvery white, and I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in here and I'll show you how this applies. Now most of these they say are going to take 1 to 2 coats. Most of the time I find 2 coats to be enough. Once in a while I'll run into a color that I think could really use a 3rd coat, but You know, it's nice that they're more pigmented and you can get a finished look in a couple of coats, but also what I think really is the selling point on these for me is how easy it is to get a nice clean cuticle line and sidewalls, because you don't have any product really running into those areas. Everything is solid and smooth, and it just makes it super easy to apply. And I think this is really good for somebody who's a beginner or somebody who just struggles with getting even application or a nice clean line. And it's really good if you're going to be painting your dominant hand with your non-dominant hand. So you know, I think I've made it clear already how much I really enjoy these. Obviously, this is a new formula, so it'll be interesting to see if this one performs as well as the others, but I have yet to find a dud in any of these color cubes. All right, so here's what it looks like after one layer, and you can see this is definitely going to need a second, but you can wear this particular colorway either just as a solid like this with a shimmery pearly look, or you can do the shell thread effect, which I'm going to show you here in a second. But even if you're going to do that, the first layer you really can just paint plain. All right, so I went ahead and cured that first layer, and now I'm going to go in with the second layer, and this is where I'm actually going to demo the shell effect for you. So you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just going to paint a nice healthy layer on here, and I wouldn't say to make this like super thick, but don't make it too thin either, because you're going to need it to be a little bit on the thicker side for you to be able to do the actual shell thread effect. So just get it nice and smooth as you can, and if it's not perfect, don't worry too much about that, because we're going to be moving it around anyway. Alright, so the second layer has been applied. Now we haven't cured this yet because we're going to actually use the tool to make the effect. But if you were going to wear it just as a straight pearly polish, this is what it would look like, and that would be really pretty too. So what I have here is a very tiny dotting tool. You could use a dotting tool, you could use an orange stick, you could use a toothpick. Just about anything would work just fine, but something small and pointy that you can kind of draw some swirly effects on. And there's multiple ways you can do this. Obviously the design is going to change a little bit depending on how you draw the lines, but on this one I'm just kind of doing like a zigzaggy wavy look, and that's what makes that kind of pearly looking shell effect. Obviously you don't need to do this on the first layer, you would only do this on the top layer. So if you were going to do say 3 layers, then I would do 2 plain, and on the third one go ahead and do the shell effect. You could do it on the second layer as well, but it's not really going to show through much, so I think it's kind of a waste of time personally. I would just do it on the last layer. But you can see I only did half of it here, but look at how pretty that is. It just makes such a pretty kind of swirly pearly look. So we've got 9 colors in this palette, so all of them are going to look a little bit different depending on the color, but they're all going to have this similar effect when you draw this kind of swirly look into it. So once you're happy with how the design is looking, you can go ahead and pop it in the lamp and fully cure it, and it will look just like that once you've finished it. So I went ahead and swatched a couple of the other colors out of the palette for you, just so you could kind of see a little bit of the variation here. And I kind of changed up how I swirled them on here, you know, just to see what I like the look of best. But the first one we have here is this pretty kind of greenish gray here, so that's the one on the left. And then we have in the middle this pretty blue, which I think is just super gorgeous. I love that icy look. And then we have the one I did first, which is this kind of whitish silvery look. So here's a closer look at all the swatches. You can see on the one in the middle and on the right, I didn't actually do the swirl all the way, so you could kind of see what it looks like if you were just going to leave it as a plain solid. Either way, it's beautiful. So I also did a few swatches out of the Refined Grapefruit palette. This is not the one you're going to get. If you win the giveaway, you'll get the unopened one. This one's mine, but I just again want to show you that pretty much what you see in the palette is what you're going to get on the swatch stick. This is 2 coats of everything, and I have to say, after swatching this, I'm really dying to use it because I think it would make a gorgeous tonal mani. I mean, it would be really easy to pull that off because you've got all these perfect different tones of this mauvey pink that would make a gorgeous tonal mani. And I think the color scheme is just so classic and chic. I love it. I have to say too, I was pretty impressed with this white. I mean, I think maybe it might have used a 3rd layer just to make it super opaque, but man, was it easy to apply and non-yellowing. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I kind of thought initially I would use a little bit from both palettes, but honestly I kind of settled on this pink one here in the bottom right corner, this kind of cool tone purpley pink. And for some reason I just really been craving a 1-color mani, which is so not like me. Usually I like to put all the colors and all the glitters and all the sparkly things, but I just really wanted to try a beautiful, just one color pearly looking mani, so I decided to go with this color in the bottom right. So I'm going to start here with the gel base coat. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the base coat and the top coat because I really do have a lot of strong opinions about this one. So right now I am looking on Amazon at a pack of 15 milliliter pack of both of these in one. So it includes a gel base and a gel top coat, and it is $6.99. Now I know Amazon prices fluctuate. I know prices fluctuate in general. So it might be a little more or less than that depending on the day you actually look at them, but I'll have these linked for you down in the description box. Because is that a steal or what? You're getting both for $6.99. That's a steal. And that would be good enough if these were just okay, but these are not okay. These are fantastic. Honestly, I was not expecting to like these as much as I did. I thought I would like them. I didn't think I would love them, but it kind of was immediate love at first use. So the gel base coat I think is actually pretty low odor. I had to get really close to the brush to actually smell anything, so I think that part is nice. And also it's actually a pretty thin formula. I would compare this to maybe iGel Beauties, which is one that I've used quite a bit. It's a little bit on the thinner side, but it's not so thin that it's like running all over the place. But wow, what a really great base coat. So that's done, so I'm putting just a little bit more of that base coat down on my palette so that I can start to work with the Pearly gel polish. So I'm just going to dampen this one again and pick up a little bit of this pink, and I pick up a little too much on this first finger here. It's definitely kind of a learning curve, but it's really easy to take some off if you pick up too much. I just kind of scrape it on the side of my palette there and use it the next time. But you can see, you know, with this first layer here, I get pretty nice opacity. I wouldn't say it's enough for one layer. I really do think it needs the 2 layers, but I was very happy after 2 layers with the opacity. So, you know, the idea here is to kind of smooth it over as much as you can. But of course, because of the pearl that's in this polish, it's never going to be like solid, like smooth like a solid, because it's going to have a little bit of streakiness just due to the pearliness in it. But keep in mind, if you're going to do this thread effect over the top on the second layer, any kind of streakiness that you see a little bit is going to disappear anyway. So obviously if you were going to wear this just as a pearly polish without the effect, then I would take a little bit more time to just kind of smooth it out. But either way, it looks really beautiful, and the formula is just as great as the other color cubes I've tried. So I'm just showing you an up close look at the first layer. So that's pretty good for one layer. So I'm going to go ahead and cure that. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the second finger. And I'm not going to show you all 4. I'm just going to show you the first layer on the first 2 fingers, and then we will do the second layer on the second 2 fingers, because I think you kind of get the idea here. But again, just look how easy it is to apply. And of course, because it is solid, it's not running anywhere. So it's super easy to get a nice, straight, clean cuticle line. And of course, if you need to, and you kind of smudge it a little bit around the edge, you can always use a cleanup brush, but I really did not have to use mine. It was just so effortless. All right, so we are ready to go ahead and do the thread effect. And since you've already seen me demo this for you on the swatch stick, instead of explaining it to you again, I'm just going to let you watch, and I will go ahead and get into the giveaway details. So once again, this is not sponsored. I did purchase the prizes out of my own pocket, and there will be one winner. And we're going to use Google Forms because that's what usually works well for us. So I've got that link down in the description box for you if you want to enter. Of course, you do not have to, but if you want to enter, I'm going to ask you to fill out a few pieces of information on that Google Form so that I can contact you in case you win. And just a reminder that none of that information is ever shared with anybody. In fact, I delete it myself once I have chosen the giveaway winner. And the winner is always chosen at random, so everybody has a fair chance to win. All I ask is that you are subscribed to my channel and you submit your entry via that giveaway form, and you're entered. That's it. Super easy. So here's what the giveaway winner will win. They will win the refined grapefruit that is unopened that I purchased myself before and never opened. Silly me. But like I said, my loss is your gain. So you'll win the unopened refined grapefruit color cube. Just briefly interrupting you here to let you know that I'm going to start doing the shell effect now with that dotting tool, but really pretty, just that second layer. Even if I wasn't going to swirl it, I think it looks gorgeous. But anyway, so you're going to win the unopened palette of the refined grapefruit. And then I'm also going to include a $20 Amazon gift card so that you can either purchase another color cube that you want, or you can try out the gel base coat and gel top coat combo that I just mentioned. All of that will be linked for you, or any other nail goodies that you just feel like picking up to use in addition with your new color cube. And the last thing that you will win is a $15 gift card to Scales of a Mermaid, so you can purchase some cuticle oils or some cuticle balms or some body lotions or body oils, because a big part of nail health is keeping that skin around your nails really well hydrated. So I believe in that. I think it's important. So, you know, if I'm giving away some nail products, I want to give away a little bit of hydration with it. So here you have a closer look at the shell thread effect with this pink after 2 layers, and I think it looks so beautiful, you guys. I love this, and I wore it to work for several days, and I just felt super classy and put together. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. Okay, so you're going to win the color cube in that nudie pink shade range, and then you'll also get a $20 Amazon gift card and the $15 Scales of a Mermaid gift card. So you'll get 3 prizes. There will be one winner. Like I said, it is chosen at random. And I just wanted to give back to you guys because y'all have been so amazing and so supportive throughout my journey here on YouTube. And it's just fun for me to give back to you guys. And if you haven't had a chance to try the color cubes, I think this will be a good way for you to get to try them and see what you think, because I really, really do love them. I promise I'm not just saying that. I have a drawer full of color cubes to prove it. So I will have the reminders and a link to the Google form if you do want to enter that giveaway. Alright guys, so here is 2 layers on all 4 of the nails, and we've got the nice shell effect. I just think it looks so beautiful. I absolutely love it, and I think the pink looks super pretty in this design. So I'm just finishing up here with a layer of their gel top coat on all these fingers. And again, the formula is just beautiful. It's nice and thin, so you're not going to get super thick nails. The smell is not over the top. It's there, but it's not over the top, and it self-levels beautifully, and the shine on this is gorgeous. I'm just super impressed with how well this gel base and gel top coat performed, given that they're so inexpensive. I mean, to get both of them together in one pack with 15 milliliters, which is a little bit bigger than what I have here, and to get that for $7, I mean, that seems pretty great to me. I will definitely be using this gel base and gel top coat again. So while I finish these up, the only thing I do want to mention about the color cubes is, as great as they are for travel, you need to keep in mind that if you're going to do like I did here and a single color mani on both hands, you're going to use up most of that colorway in just the one mani. So that is probably the only like detractor to these, is that you're not going to get more than maybe 1 or 2 uses out of each color. So it's not like a ton of product, but considering that I don't normally do just single color manis, that's one thing. And also considering that you're getting 9 different colors in one palette. And again, looking at the prices on Amazon right now, most of these are between $9 and $14. So you're getting 9 different colors of gel polish for that price. And so even to get, you know, 1 or 2 uses out of it, maybe even 3, depending on how many colors you use at once, I still think that's a really good deal. But you guys can tell me what you think about that. Alright guys, so here are my pearly nails all finished up, and look at the shine on that top coat. You see what I mean? I'm just very, very impressed by this base and top coat. Alright guys, so I went ahead and completed that other hand off camera, and I have to say, like, you can tell the pattern is a little bit more uniform on my left than my right, and that's of course because I did the right hand with my non-dominant hand, but the fact that I was still able to do it and it looks pretty nice with my non-dominant hand, I'm pretty happy about that. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this mani the way we always do, with some cuticle oil. So today I'm going to use Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil here in Your Berry Sweet, which is a strawberry scent. And one of the reasons I believe so much in hydrating those cuticle guys is because they actually have proven that keeping your nails and the skin around your nails hydrated helps your nails to grow faster. So just saying. Alright, so I'm feeling very glam in these nails, and I'm kind of liking the contrast between the stiletto nails, which look a little bit more fierce, and this polish, which looks a little bit more girly and chic. So I think it's kind of a fun contrast, but I really love that I picked the pink. I think this is a really pretty cool tone pink, and I think it looks great with this effect on it. And it would have been pretty just leaving it as a pearly polish, but I'm loving the shell effect on it. So let me know if you guys have tried the color cubes yet. I would love to hear your experiences down in the comments below. I've said to you already quite a few times how much I love them, but as always guys, I love hearing from you and your experiences as well. So make sure if you've tried any of these that you share that in the comments down below. And if you haven't, let me know which one you have your eye on, because they have quite a few different styles in these color cubes now. Alright guys, so I thought I was going to complete this video, so I hope you did enjoy it and find it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you're not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. So as always, guys, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys to pieces. Don't forget the giveaway. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.